Welcome back to Forest Firearms, everybody. I'm Ivan, and today we're going to do a review, or kind of a comparison, of two firearms that we've been kind of waiting to do for a while. I've been watching a lot of stuff about, the Eastern Front, the Ost Front, watching some programs on it, and I remembered that I have some of the weapons that was used during that time on the Eastern Front. So what we're going to compare today is my Luger P08 and my Walther P38. So let's first start with the older gun of the two. We can kind of run down what I have here. So this, as you guys have seen in my Steyr versus Luger video, is my 1916 produced DWM, all matching, no import marks, Luger P08. It's in 9mm Luger. This is the gun that cartridge was actually built for. They were chambered in a slightly slightly less powerful cartridge. Before, I think it was like 30 Luger is what it's technically called. And a lot of countries, including Germany, just wanted a little more of a hot cartridge. They didn't want as much of a light cartridge. So Luger went together and figured out that he could just make it a little bigger and chamber it in his new handgun, which, as we've seen today, has been quite a big hit, actually. So like I said, this is my Luger P08. It's a toggle lock design. It's pretty unique compared to most designs that we have today that are actually normally kind of based off of a Browning design. But this is back in the day where no one design was just set yet. So this was his idea, based off of some pistols that he had been around. He was working with, like the Borchardt pistol. But this one was World War I vintage, but these served all the way into World War II, and were the favorite of a lot of soldiers and officers. Kind of like the old proven pistol. And let's just shoot 8 rounds through it, and let's see if it functions. As you guys can see right there, there's a loaded chamber indicator. It pops up and says, put the safety on, geladen on the loaded chamber indicator, which I think means loaded. And then you have also, when your safety's on, it leaves a, I don't know if it's Geischart, or not sure how to pronounce that German word, but that means it's safe. So one-handed, because that's how these guns were designed to shoot. Like I said, normally I'd like to shoot two-handed, but since this is how they were trained to shoot, I'm gonna try it with one, probably about 25 yards away. Okay. As you can see, when it's empty, you really know, because that toggle gets stuck up right in front of your face. There's no wondering whether or not your firearm is empty or not with this Luger. I'll set him right here. Then, the new kid on the block, in comparison, here we have a Walther P38. This one was made by Spraywerk, as you can tell by the CYQ markings. This one was a Russian capture with the X. You can tell that. My Mauser K98 over here is also a Russian capture. So both these guns were fighting some Russians at one point in their lives. This was before World War, well, actually 1938, because of the P38. The Germans went to this pistol to try to replace the Luger, because the Luger, though a good pistol, was very expensive to make. The interchangeability of some of the parts was pretty hard, because they were pretty hand-fitted pistols that were really high dollar, high finish. And the Germans decided that they would try to go towards something that was a little more of a modern design in their eyes, something that was a little more interchangeable, and that was quite a bit cheaper to make, which was what really sold them on the design. So it's an interesting design. It's got like a flapper system in there, just like a Beretta 92. The Beretta 92 takes a lot of its design features off of the Walther P38. Same with the safety. Like I said, you cock, you can drop it on a live round, you're good to go. Push it forward, and it'll fire. Easy takedown. let's just see how this one shoots. Sometimes it gets hung up right there. I'm not sure why. Put it on safe real quick. As you can see, there is also a loaded chamber indicator that sticks out right there. So that protrudes when you have a round in the chamber. So let's see how it fires. So as you guys could see, the Walther P38 is kind of odd in that it ejects your brass out the left side. A lot of firearms eject out the right side when you use them. But the Walther P38 is a little different in that respect. So as you can see, I like both the firearms. They both have a lot of history. They were both used at the same time. This one was before it, but during World War II, these were both served together. And I thought maybe I would just do a quick shooting with both of them in kind of more a dynamic environment. And kind of see, in my opinion, since we don't have a shot timer with us right now, in my opinion, which one I feel like is better for a more tactical style shooting. Okay, so I'll load this one up. The Walther P38's magazine is really easy to load. You can just load it without any tools, without anything. It's a really easy magazine to load by hand, which what I'll show you with the Luger is not so true. Okay, that magazine is topped off with the Luger. You pretty much have to use a loading tool to load the Luger's magazine because the spring is so tight, because the action of the Luger is moves really quick, so that it's hard for just a soft magazine spring to feed reliably. So you have to have a really strong spring in a Luger magazine for it to function correctly. Okay, just about topped off. I don't want to let this video drag too long, but we'll just shoot a little bit. Okay, so here's your Luger magazine loader. Has a tool, stuff you can disassemble a little farther with. And it goes in this little pouch on the Luger holster. Goes right in there. Okay, so I will shoot the Luger first. Put this in my pocket. I'm going to shoot a magazine, then move down into the trench and shoot another magazine. Okay, it's loaded. Safety on. Let's get to it. Okay, not too shabby. As you can see, it's a good shooting pistol. It works well. Old design. This one has all original parts, and even though it's 101 years old, still works great. So let's try out that Walther real quick. Okay, let's go with this. I'll put the extra magazine in my pocket. Let's see how it works. So, let's go. Okay. Okay, that's all of it. From just a immediate response from shooting, I feel like the Walther P38, because of how the sights are set up, is a little easier to make quick hits with, but we're gonna have to revisit this at some point. But like I said, I'm Ivan with Force Firearms. We'll see you next time.